guys, it's coffee time. It's hot again. I make this mistake all the time. I make it, and then I come in, and I'm like, gonna film, and then I go, oh, but it's too hot for my face. Also, I have like, you know when you eat something and suddenly you feel like a cramp, like you've been running for too long? What causes that? Any of you who are doctors or study medical stuff, how come sometimes when I eat something, I get a cramp like I've been jogging? It bothers me. I'm always like, why is this happening to me? And sometimes it won't even go away until I go to sleep. Why is that? I was the kid, speaking of running, I was the kid in school who either walked the mile, because I did not care, or I jogged, and then when I got a cramp, I made a big deal out of it. I was like, I can't run anymore. I have a cramp. And then my teacher would be like, well, you know, at least like power walk or try to jog. And I'd be like, I can't, I can barely move. Like, there were specific things that I was always really overdramatic about, and one of them was aerobic exercise of any kind. Like, if my heart started, like, feeling... Now that I'm older, I know now that that's not a sign, like, you should not be running, this is dangerous. Now I know that it's a sign of this, like, a little bit of that feeling is good, because it helps you get stronger, but at the time I was like, my heart feels like it's gonna explode, I have a cramp, and I can barely breathe, I think I'm gonna vom. And my teacher would be like, I don't know what to do with you. I don't know what to do with you. Also, if we ever had to do laps of something, I would skip like 1 or 2 laps. Be like, alright, do 10 laps around it. The second I started to see people like finishing up the 10 laps, I'd be on maybe my 4th. Be like, alright, we're gonna do 2 more and then we're done. Like, just figuring out, because the second that people start finishing up, their rounds, the teacher, like, stops caring. Like, they redirect their focus from everybody on the track to, oh, the people that have finished. You guys did awesome. What were your times? Tell me. And then I'm like, yes, they're not paying attention. They always knew, I think. Like, when people just start showing up when they obviously were running way slower than other people. But I don't care, because they never called me on it. It's like the one form of cheating I ever did was in PE, because I hated it. I didn't hate it. That's a bad word to use. Because, like, I loved doing push-ups, and I loved when we did, like, dancey type stuff, like Pilates stuff and yoga and all that sort of stuff. I love that. Running. Don't want to do running. I do not want to do running. And I can't do any sort of a pull-up. I think I've told you guys that before. I can do, like, the swinging pull-up. When I was in PE in elementary school, all of us had to do 1 pull-up, and so I just swung my body forever until I could just, like, till I could just be like, near, and the teacher totally counted it. She was like, you're kind of weak and awkward, so I'm just gonna call that a yes. I was like, yeah! But I have a friend who, she went to West Point, which is a military academy, and, she had to do, like, not the physical, what is it called? When you have to show them how many of each thing you can do. And it was, like, right in the cafeteria during lunchtime when people were signing up to, like, be part of the army or whatever. And she did so many pull-ups. I was like, you buff, you so buff. Like, how does that happen? How come you can do so many and I can't even do 1. I can press a lot of weight with my legs, but I can't. My arms are just... no. I don't know what it is! I obviously don't do anything that really, like, strengthens that part of my arm. Whatever part that'd be, like, in here. It would be, like, yeah, I guess it would be, like, right in here and right in here that need to be, like, buff. To be able to get up there. I don't know. Exercising. I was always really bad at weight training, though. Really bad at it, unless it was that thingy where I got to just sit there and press weight with my legs. I was like, this is easy. This is super fly. If they needed me, okay. If it was, bench pressing, You guys would all laugh. You guys would all just die laughing watching me bench press. Because I think, like, the pole is, 45 pounds? Barely. Can barely lift it. It's sad. It's really sad. I'm like, how? How did this happen to me? There was a girl who was my exact same size, looked like my exact same build, and she could press that thing so many times. It's like, how? How do you have these skills? She probably worked for it. And I never worked for it. Ah, crampy! Crampy! I need you gone. I need you out of my life. I'm gonna take you for a ride. Somebody... What was it? Oh, it was on my Press Start to Continue Facebook. My status was talking about how typically if I'm playing a video game and then suddenly I start doing stuff on the computer, I'll get sucked into the computer, and so whatever screen I leave it on, that music is just like plays for hours, sometimes like 2 or 3 hours. And at the time it was the Marvel vs. Capcom 3 character select music, just over and over and over and over. I said that on my Facebook, and somebody responded with, "Gonna take you for a ride," in all caps, and I was like, "Gonna take you for a ride." So that's the song that plays Marvel vs. Capcom 2 when you select a character. So I was like, yes! It's like you knew! Why did I talk about that just now? I have no idea. I just get lost. Just like, pew! Pew! No idea. Coffee, I'm gonna need you to try to fix this. If you can't, then I'm done. Done with you. It's not true. Yeah. I lost my entire train of thought now. Why did I even talk about that? That's okay. We were just talking about cramps. Weird side cramps. Weird jog cramps. Jog cramps! I've never had... I know people who have gotten cramps so bad that they've, like, gotten really sick. I've never done that. I've never experienced that. I think because I'm too much of a wuss, so the second that I got a cramp, I was like, I can't run anymore! So I never had to deal with that nonsense. I can't imagine, though. But, yeah. Pointless talk is pointless. I'm sure some of you will know what I mean, though. Even if it's just you or the kid who walked the mile. Cheers to you if you were. Oh, I guess I should probably go. But I hope you guys had a good day. I had a pretty good day. I had a pretty like smooth day. It went by really, really fast. I was sad though because they had their anime night tonight, and I was editing. I typically love editing, but tonight I was like, there's something fun happening, and I can't be there. So I need to figure out how to time that out better so that maybe I can go in the future. But yeah. Anywho, I hope you guys have a great night, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Okay, bye bye. Mwah.